That's scary for anyone. We're in Slapton.
Slapton.
We're in Slapton. We're going to do a move today, aren't we?
We are. 6 miles.
6 miles. I think it's 6 1/4.
4 locks.
Don't pinch me. Stop.
4 locks.
6 miles.
6
4
miles.
locks.
Should be a nice spot that we're going to. We checked it out yesterday, or the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
There's a car park. There's plenty of solar. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you when we get there.
Hopefully, Old Linslade.
Old Linslade.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Old Linslade.
Linslade. You sound drunk again, and it's not even 10 o'clock. Well, it's just gone 10.
I'm not drunk. The cow's having a drink from the water, from the canal. I did a good knot there, didn't I?
Oh, I think you might have overcooked it a little bit.
Huh. Bit of macrame going on. Did we come untied? No.
Did we ever come untied at the front?
That's because I'm so good at doing knots.
You do realise, don't you, that actually, if Magnus was here, all you do is you loop this round once and then hook it on the end of this and it won't come undone.
Yeah, I know. Just want it to look pretty. So as we said today, we've got six and a bit miles today. We've got 4 locks, and then we've got a walk of 6 and a little bit miles back to get the car tonight. So it should be quite a long day. We are literally moored around the corner to a water point, so that's where we're going to head first. So just filling up with water, and then we'll be doing our first lock. Just gone up to open the gates whilst we're still filling up with water, and then we'll go on through. So our first lock of the day, lovely lock cottage, which has just been sold next to us, and first part of our journey. Time is quite late, I think, 20 past 11. It took us quite a while to fill up at the water point, and we'll see how long it takes us to get there. On the back of the boat, the Mark, just to prove he does something all day.
Cheeky.
Just gone through our first lock and got about 1.5 miles to the next one, haven't they?
Yeah.
Should be good. And somewhere along here is the Globe Inn, which is where the great train robbery took place, or nearby, where £2.5 million was stolen, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2.5 million quid.
Wow.
Which in today's money is about 400 million billion. I've done the calculations.
Be interesting to find out what it is in today's money. When was the great train robbery?
60s, mid-60s, I think. Interestingly enough, in my previous job as an estate agent, I sold a house for a man who met Ronnie Biggs in Brazil when he was in the Navy. And he went back to Ronnie Biggs' house and had a couple of barbecues. And Ronnie Biggs gave him a gift, and he showed me this gift, and it was 3 £1 notes, verified by the Royal Mail, and they were autographed by Ronnie Biggs. And for those of you who don't know who Ronnie Biggs is, look him up.
He's one of the robbers, wasn't he?
Yeah, the great train robber. And they were autographed by Ronnie Biggs. They said, courtesy of the Royal Mail, all the best, Ronnie Biggs. So they were genuine £1 notes from the great train robbery. So they were £3 of the 2.5 million that they stole. Honestly.
See some really unusual boats. The lifeboat here. That'd be quite big inside, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The canal really meanders all along here, all up to Leighton Buzzard. Lots and lots of windy, not too tight corners, but it does sweep around. It's quite pretty. This is coming up to our second lock of the day, which is Church Lock. lock cottage here is dated 1916. Second lock of today, church lock. Well, a lot of the locks on the Grand Union Canal, you have these steps either side. So if you're single-handed, you can pull the boat through, tie it up, and then walk down the steps onto the boat. I think that's where Mark's going to stop for me, because a lot of the lock landings are very, very tiny. Not just for wide beams, but for narrow boats, they're very, very short. So if you're, we're only 65 foot, but we struggle on some of the lock landings because they're a lot smaller. Now, how about this for a boat fender? Somebody's turned it into an octopus. That's so good. Lots and lots and lots of starlings in this tree. Wow, look at them all. Oh wow, they're doing a murmuration. Beautiful. Hopefully the camera will pick that up. We're on the outskirts of Linslade at the moment, and Linslade is a town that now joins Leighton Buzzard, so they've kind of combined as one big town. And as you can see behind me, we've started to get the graffiti again, so I think it's only about a mile or two to get through Leighton Buzzard, and we're going to do that, and we're going to hopefully get to Old Linslade, which looks really, really lovely. You can see where it gets really, really narrow here, whether it was an old bridge perhaps, or maybe even a swing bridge or something, but it's a very narrow entrance considering we've been on a really, really wide stretch. Over here is a nature reserve. And that bridge obviously goes to nowhere. Now a car park the other side. Probably a little boatyard or something previously, maybe. Attacked by the trees. Right, so there's a Tesco's just over there. We were hoping to be able to moor up to do a bit of shopping, but there are just boats going on and on and on. So we'll see if we can pull in at some point just to do a quick shop, and then we can carry on our way. Okay, so we just did a quick stop off to get some shopping at Tesco's, which was quite handy. There's actually an Aldi there as well, so we nipped into Aldi instead. Okay, so after that little stop to go to Aldi, we're now on our way. The sky's looking a bit iffy, but hopefully it will hold off until we get there. I think we've got a boatyard to go through where they tend to moor narrowboats 4 abreast. I think you'll find it be the one that Whale Deck Diaries in their vlog, where they were worried that wide beams couldn't get through, so we'll see. Looks very deceiving from back here, but you've got 3 narrowboats moored side by side and then another one on the opposite side. So we'll see how much room there is to get through. I know when these narrowboats are normally in, they're holiday boats I believe, and when they're normally in the marina there, they moor them 3 or 4 deep, but we'll see if we can get through. Right, so it's fine getting through this bit. Maybe a bit tighter on the bend up there. I'll show you what clearance we've got. a foot or so that side. And yeah, we got a couple of foot that side. I'm having to press the lock gate open because there is so much rubbish behind it. It just keeps swinging shut. But there should be enough clearance to get in. It's quite a wide lock, I think, this one. So this is the Globe Inn. So not far from here was where the great train robbery happened. Oh, that was really strange. We were going past the Globe Inn and there was some customers out the front who shouted across, "Was that boat called Dilly Mouse?" And we said yes. They said, "We nearly bought your boat a week before you did, but their house unfortunately fell through." So what a strange coincidence that is.